Hey, everybody, and welcome to this reading for the new moon in Gemini. As I'm recording this, um, I was going to do Holding Space Sunday, but totally forgot that the moon was yesterday, so we're going to make this Holding Space Sunday. Um, and there will be a meditation attached. It won't be for the moon. And initially, it was going to be for the new moon, but this new meditation is going to be something just quick and easy for you to pop into because um, if you've seen any of my social media pages, um, the Schumann resonance, which I haven't talked about in a really long time, um, but we keep an eye on it, just like we keep an eye on the space weather and that kind of things. Um, so I mean, it's been doing its regular thing of shooting up to higher frequencies and resonances. And it's also been, sometimes it goes blackout on the screen for even times day at a time. So if you don't know what I'm talking about with the Schumann resonance, it is the resonant frequency sound of the earth, like where it's sitting in vibration. Um, so over the yesterday with the new moon, it came in with I think it was 180 or hit. What did it say? Yeah, 190, which is a really high frequency level. It normally sets at like 7 or 8 kind of amplitude. There's two ways of measuring it, so I'm totally messing that up. But if you want to look into more of the Schumann resonance, there's lots of great channels like Ascension Diaries. She really gets into the even the more scientific approach of it. She looks at it from all angles. So all I know from my personal um, usage of it is I've been following it for, gosh, almost about 4 years now. And we've never seen what just happened. So I don't know if this is going to come up or not, but normally you get straight green lines going straight up and down. This one, well, it's interesting. It's got some patterning to it. Yeah, here's the normal picture, but it's normally just these bursts of light. This has like circles and patterns. Looks really similar to DNA. Of course, out there, well, we'll talk about that in a second. There's a lot of people pooping on it, saying it was just a glitch, and we'll get into that in a second. I do want to get into that energy. But just looking at that, even if you look at it, there's codes in there. There's incoming light, incoming information. And what I really feel is coming in is incoming upgrades. I've since talked to a couple people. I mean, normally when the Schumann rings that loud, um, you get ringing in the ears. People can feel dizzy, disorientated, get headaches. Talking to a few people yesterday, they felt like they were going to die. It was so intense on their body. Um, so this, as I'm just rambling on, is to get us to the point of the fact that the meditation, instead of just being for the moon, I'm going to do a meditation on just a really quick way of centering ourselves, and allowing that energy to come in and integrate it within us. So that will be the focus of the meditation, because I think sometimes when we're not prepared for that much energy coming at us, and then in our physical body it freaks us out, or even I would say too, in our mental body. I also saw people lashing out at others and things like that. So it's that whole thing of like little kids, right? They can't tell you what's wrong with them. They know they're not feeling good, whether they have an upset tummy or a headache, but they can't really express in words to you because they don't have those words. So they just can be irritable, grumpy, upset, crying a lot. um, we're no different. This is all new energy. We've never experienced this in our life, so it's not familiar to us, but it can freak us out because it's like so much. The positive part is that this is amazing energy, and we want to integrate this in because this is what helps us with the ascension process. So, I'm going to try to write just a really quick meditation that we can do to help with the intention of accepting gracefully and with ease that energy and integrating it into our system. So we don't have to do so much around the understanding of why it's happening or what is happening, because that's all to be revealed as we go forward. Um, I just want to do this meditation to kind of help us ease through this time period, because I don't mean to be the bearer of bad news, but this is the ascension process, so it's not likely that it's over. Like, we're still going to be integrating in energy pretty consistently here. Okay, now I want to talk about the part about pooping on the information. uh, Here's my thing. There's a lot of what's happening in the outside world right now is pure distraction. It is 1000% trying to distract you from the ascension process. So anytime there's a glimmer of light, a glimmer of hope, there's going to be attacks coming in, whether that's low energy or just other people in cognitive dissonance where they're not ready to admit all of this stuff to themselves because they don't want it to be real. Well, they want it to be real, but we're afraid of it. This is all new. It's completely different, crazy territory. Even I was out yesterday and the energy overtook me. It was really quick. It was like a 5 second. My whole body was tingling. I was dizzy. Um, yeah, it was a bizarre feeling. It's not one I've had many different bizarre things through this process. That one was quite different. Um, so yeah, it's just us getting used to this new beginning, and the best I can offer you is that we are here to go through this together. We'll hold each other hands. We'll offer each other information. Um, we'll offer each other hugs and love and everything we can do. But it is a process we're going through. So, you know, don't panic. And it is actually, I said to a friend this morning, I'm like, this is the great part. Like, it means you're on the path and you're moving up the ascension ladder. Um, it's just pretty terrifying on the way there. All right. Anyway, let's jump back now to let's talk a little bit about the moon. We'll do the cards for the moon. And then, like I said, I'll attach this portal video. Not sure why I said that. Anyway, this integration video as we go through the portal leading up to solstice next week. And then I will also put out the day by day for next week. And I'm just toying with doing a live broadcast the night of the solstice or the day after. Not really sure yet. Probably Thursday in the morning. It's just easier to record something live. But I will do a more in-depth read on solstice and what that gateway means, because it's pretty big as well. Okay, so let's just quickly talk about this last little new moon we just had in Gemini on Saturday. What was coming up around is that it's kind of a mixed bag in terms of, usually when we get a moon, it's like, okay, this should be your intentions. This is what you're trying to work on and repair. And it's kind of funny because this one was like, it's kind of all over the place. Um, so, because Gemini's the twins, so it's like it's similar beings, but you have two beings, but still have very different perspectives and ideals. So there's still a lot of that. I don't want to say duality, but just we're in our own space looking at things like we do. Um, so for some, this moon is going to be really overwhelming and confusing, hence the energies. And for others, it's going to spark up imagination and curiosity and digging deeper into stuff. Um, the one thing I do want to say overall is continue to exercise and use as your discernment, like making sure you're really listening to what others are saying and taking it with a grain of salt. If it isn't in that resonant vibe with you, immediately let it go. Um, there's just so much energy coming at us right now. There's so many opinions. There's so many, and it's not that one opinion is right and one is wrong. It's just everybody has different perspectives. So this is where this confusion of this new moon's going to come in. So I've kind of just been looking at this new moon as embracing, er, embracing seeing things in a new way. We're really heading into this new phase. Part of this moon is to also, again, it's letting go of the past. The reason I say that is Saturn also went retrograde today. So that does have to do a lot with like the past and letting and slowing down and taking a look at it and making sure, again, using discernment and putting us ourselves in the best vibration we can. It's tricky times right now. The big thing I think is try to strike a balance between intuition and logic. So we're still needing to use those two uh, pieces of information to discern everything we're hearing and that's coming at us. So again, so this moon's just kind of pointing out for me um, the need for us to just really honestly, it's not about just like resting and relaxing, but we need to be integrating this stuff and taking these light codes in. Like I said, they're not going to stop, and if we're in a place where we're kind of either holding them back or pushing them off or getting distracted from the ascension process, um, they're still going to be coming in, and it'll affect you in a far worse way than it would if you were like, take a breath, take a rest, drink some water, ground yourself, and then, you know, integrate it. Have the intention of allowing your cells and your body and everything to upgrade. Instead, we fight it, right? It's like, oh my God, no, this is like so weird. And it's like, it's anything else. We've got to breathe through it and realize that we're okay. Like, we're okay. We're going to be fine. But we have to breathe through to the other side of it's. It's kind of funny because, I've never had a baby, but it's like contractions. It's like this next little phase, we're going to keep having these like energetic contractions as this new way is being born. Um, and the best way to get through those is to breathe through it. Um, yeah, that's sort of like the best thing I'm picking up to do for it. So let's take a look at what the overall card says. We will do a portal card um, because we will do a portal card because we are in a big portal right up till solstice. And I think, honestly, usually the energy for through summer really continues strongly right through solstice to Lionsgate, August the 8th. So we'll just, we'll just keep taking a look at what it's all about and what we're doing here. We got the Judgment card, which is I awaken to the timelessness of body, spirit, and soul. All illusions are shattered. Yeah, that's definitely a lot of what's going on with this moon, is that, again, and the Saturn retrograde. The old is still like kicking off. It just won't die. Anyway, I don't mean to say it like that, but all of our illusions of what our past was, who we were on this planet, are all being literally shattered in front of us. Every day we learn new crazy information about everything from politics to like just it's crazy right now. But that's we always knew as the truth came out, it wasn't going to be a pretty process. And we have to be part of that process. We don't get to just sweep it under the rug, right? We have to acknowledge everything and we have to take it in stride, integrate or release the old, integrate the new. We're just in this cleaning and cleansing process. and letting go, right? And it's like if you did this in your house, right? Um, if you keep hanging on to everything that was, that bathing suit that no longer fits, that dress that you're going to wear when you lose 10 pounds, like, then our closet gets fuller of stuff that is not serving us. Like, I cannot wear that dress right now. I may never wear it again. We have to start getting rid of those things to let new things come in. So it's the same process in our body, mind, and soul. We also got the listen card, which is always for me the discernment card. So, yeah, we're still in this big process with this moon of really listening to everything. And that's the thing, it is listening to both sides of everything and then deciding what like sticks for you, what resonates with you. Um, yeah, lots of. I always love. I've said this before too. It's like the conch shell or the sacred geometry, the golden mean, right at the ear. So this is high level intuitive information that's coming in. So we still need to be in a process of of listening and integrating. Like I said. All right, let's do a portal card, and then we'll look at what this moon is trying to tell us. Woo! And I'm going to do the moon like I always do it with these cards. And then I have this little special, like, 4 card spread, um, 4 different questions. So if we have time, if I don't go too crazy late with this video, I will, uh, I will do that. Okay, we got the Gaia Gateway activation, learning experiences, wisdom transmission, Earth intelligence. Uh, I mean, we've got this card several times over the past few weeks, and again, it's just we're in this process. Again, we're not the only ones ascending. Gaia is also in her ascension process, right? And we're going with her. So as these light codes come in, like when we see the Schumann resonance, when we see her frequency rising, know that like she's going through this great transition too. It's a lot. And that's why sometimes you'll see like how Gaia redistributes that energy is there's volcanoes that are erupting, there's earthquakes, but she transmutes the energy through. But she's also, it's because she's integrating it and upgrading. So we just are on for Mr. Toad's wild ride here through this whole thing. So it's, basically, I can only say it's all a part of the process. We just take a breath and we'll go through it and it's going to be okay. Okay, what's the overall message about this moon? Gemini, new moon. Because like I said, instead of just let's see if we can clarify. Like like I said, it's a bit of a mixed bag, but let's see if it'll clarify a few things for us and what we can do in that process. Oop, into these. Okay. It's so funny because I really feel like these were probably the same cards from the last full moon. We got the lion again. Confidence is your key to success. So this is really hammering home the point though, again, that we're going through this big portal right now called Lionsgate. Um, Stay confident. I think a lot of people start losing confidence and saying, I don't know what I'm doing on this process. I'm not part of this. Um, yeah, this is just saying you have everything you need to make it through. Even in those moments where it feels like you're dying, like literally dying, you're not dying, you're ascending. So breathe through it and just try to keep in the back of the mind the confidence. I've got this. I'm doing fine. Everything's going to be okay. Um, we also got look at the bigger picture. Again, when all this stuff is coming in at us, we tend to like, yeah, tunnel vision, and it's just like, because it's so overwhelming. But just remember the bigger picture, and on the end of this is like, I want to use the word utopia, but that's not. not quite the word I want. Like this is what we came here to do, is birth this new earth and life and love. Um, and we just have to keep remembering that on all this craziness, on the other side of it is, well, Shambhala. It's paradise. Back to the original Garden of Eden before all the mess happened. Okay. And then we got have faith in your dreams. Again, like last week, faith, having faith. We have to keep, I know it's hard. I know when all this stuff's coming at you, um, it's hard. It's hard there's, like I said, I've had days over the last couple of weeks where it was hopeless and I was just like, just wanted to give up. Um, but we're lions, you guys. Let's be lions together. Let's move forward in our confidence, and we know we've got this. So always keep that in the back of your mind. Um, yeah, there's a little piece coming through about that confidence thing too, um, where it's like, unfortunately, making sure we're not unfortunately, but fortunately, make sure you're really protecting your energy, because I feel like these attacks psychically, with things happening in the world that to disparage us, to distract us, they are just going to keep kicking up. Like there's not an end in sight for those yet, because the dark doesn't want us to win. They really don't. But they don't really have a choice, so they can't exist any further in this frequency and light. And like the resonance on the weekend, it's coming in. Nothing you can do is going to stop it. Um, so the best place for us to be is to ride along with it, to have the confidence, to have the faith, and know that we're okay. And the other side of it is amazing. We just got to get there, um, right? It's not going to be an easy journey. Uh, it never was. I wish it. I wish it was, but it isn't. Oh, this is interesting. I'm getting cards. I'm flipping cards um, that I've never had before. Had that one. Okay. Interesting. Okay, the first card we got is the Wise Woman of Wonderland. I've never had this card pulled out of this deck. Integrity and compromise. Again, there's always two like shadow words on there, or like one shadow word at the end. Um, I'm just gonna keep the integrity one of this because it came upright. So this is this is really what we're talking about for this video, is just the moon. This moon is about perseverance and pressing on. And yeah, like just just keep going, right? Keep going. We got the chess queen, which we have had before. Trust and strategizing. So it's trusting in the universe's plan, but then strategizing part is your part, where you're like how you're going to navigate through this. So when it does come in and it's very overwhelming, if the meditation I do helps, keep that on quick play on your phone. And if you need 5 minutes to like realign yourself and integrate energy, go do that 5 minutes. So our strategy to get through this is our self-care. So keep up with that. And then I've never had this one. I don't think I've had this one. The High Lady. We've got two. Oh, we'll talk about that in a second. The High Lady of Love and Compassion. Reverence, kindness, and consideration. Okay, that's also a key piece of like this next little bit, because like I said, a lot of people are lashing out and a lot of things out there are getting revealed. So, and they're not pretty things by any stretch of the imagination. But part of the thing is that's part of the distraction. As soon as we lower our energy and start getting really upset about the things in that outside world, we're we're not doing our spiritual work at that point, right? We're more consumed by the energy of whatever it is you feel towards that situation, hatred, disgust, all of those things. So it's not bad to feel these things. But again, it's that rabbit hole of stuff. Do not stay in that frequency for long. Express yourself and how you feel about that. Um, and that's where the trust card comes in. You you may want swift justice for whatever the situation is. Um, but that's not our job. That's the universe's job. That will be taken care of. So it may not look like it in this 3D realm that it's getting taken care of, but on a karmic and cosmic level, you better believe your boots it's being taken care of. So don't wrap yourself up in that energy. Acknowledge it. Like I said, we have to do the acknowledgement of everything that's happened. We don't want to stay in that lower energy, and people are going to be lashing out, losing their shit because this, like, just think about if you weren't even on this path a little bit and you had no idea what was going on and all this stuff starts coming out, it must be really hard. So you're either going to go in with blinders and be like, la, 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 I don't want to hear it. Nothing, it's not happening. Or you're going to lash out at other people or call them, again, call them phonies, call them theorists. I won't say the word because I don't know. Who knows with YouTube anymore? Anyway, the other little thing I want to point out with those two cards is that we've got the wise woman and the high lady. There seems to be another good push of the divine feminine energy rising again, which is good because that always helps us get things done on this planet in a compassionate way. So hopefully that frequency keeps rising. We need that. We need that assistance. Okay, let's look at 3 advice cards to get us through this moon. Uh, and then, um, yeah, we'll wrap that up and we will hold some space for ourselves tonight to integrate these energies. Like I said, we don't really want to fight them. Um, we don't want to fight them. It's just easier for us to let them integrate. Okay. Anyway, the first, so these are usually, I say this is the advice cards. Okay. Honor your feelings. This is, like I just said, we still have to look at this stuff, acknowledge it, honor how we feel about it, and then let it go, right? Wish it love, send it peace, whatever the situation is. Um, yeah, we just have to be in. This is also, it's a crown chakra card. So it's about being in tune too, right? Again, using your intuition. All this new information that's coming in is for us to use our own intuition so that we are, you know, in a good place of seeing the big picture of everything. All right. We also got be proud of yourself. This is, I think, a lot of the struggle that we are like really coming up against is that we feel like we're not doing enough or I'm not good enough to do this work. If you're listening to this at this point, you were long surpassed that point. You are here to do this work, and as you accept that, more work is going to come your way because we need all of us. We need the light workers. We need all of us to be putting our light and our energy and our love into this project. Be proud of yourself. If you're here, you've come so far. You've done a lot of work and you're doing it. That's the thing. You stepped up and said yes, and when the universe needed you most, and it's still going to need you most. Okay. Now it's also interesting too because the proud word is so important right now because again, it's taking us right back into Lionsgate. The pride, right? The lion, because we ended up getting another lion card. Go wild. I don't think this means for us to just totally go off the rails but just know you are part of this process. Take some, be proud of yourself. Take some pride in all the work you've done, because you wouldn't be here listening to this unless you had done great work to this point. You would have tuned this out. It would have not made any sense to you, you wouldn't be watching videos like this. You've come a long way. You've come a long way, baby. And the last card we got, which is this is always just a good practice anyway, for the advice is practice gratitude. So, is that a Sagittarian? Yeah. So when we look out and we're in those moments of doubt and discouragement and things like that, the easier way to raise our frequency back up is to be grateful for what we have. So I'm just grateful. I'm grateful to just be here now during this time, to be a part of this process, be a part of a cosmic family. Um, just whatever, even small gratitude. Like every morning I wake up, my little doggo, he comes, he comes to the side of my bed and he puts his head on my pillow and he just gives me those eyes. That's like the greatest way to wake up, and it's the best moment of my day because it gets me to wake up in this moment of just unconditional love. So I don't know for you what that looks like, but do everything in your power to find it and be so grateful for that moment. Yeah, like you can even see it just raise like my heart frequency is just like growing, just thinking of those little eyes. And that's all I have to do. And it helps raise my frequency. So see if you can find that thing for yourself that just makes your heart smile and then makes your face smile because the energy to start you I can feel it. Like I can feel energy building and I can feel it expanding just thinking about that image. So whatever that is, find it for yourself because we're going to need these tools over the next little while. Yeah, like I said, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but this isn't stopping. So the better thing for us to do is be prepared. And how we do that is taking is always it's getting really windy outside. Taking really good care of ourselves, staying spiritually in tune, tuning out the garbage and the low frequency. Um, yeah, and the other part is allowing the integration to happen. So hopefully this meditation that follows will help you. I have kept it short so that it's something you could return to easily. So not more than 5 minutes. It's just about allowing, as that energy comes in, allowing it a quick process for allowing it to do its job and integrate and not throw you off your, like, completely off your rocker, off your pedestal, whatever we're on. All right. So that is Holding Space Sunday. And the new moon in Gemini. And we'll see you for the week read coming up. And I hope you enjoy the meditation. Take care. I love you. Beginning as we always do, finding yourself in a comfortable position, slowing your breath, closing your eyes, and then breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth 3 times. This meditation is to assist us in allowing energy upgrades to flow into our field and then to integrate that new vibrant energy into our system. Breathe and rest. As energy comes in, it can be very intense, but rest assured this energy is for our greatest and highest good. Breathe here and repeat after me 3 times. I am safe. I am safe. I am safe. Breathe and rest. Breathe again now, in through the nose and out through the mouth. Know that each breath relaxes and rests your field. Breathe and repeat after me 3 times. I am at peace. I am at peace. I am at peace. Breathe and rest. Here now, as we prepare to allow this energy into our field, know that we draw it in incrementally through our heart center. Breathe and again repeat after me 3 times. I allow. I allow. I allow. Breathe and rest. Know here in this moment, this energy is here to upgrade and raise our frequency. Allow it now to integrate through all pathways of your field. Breathe and again repeat after me 3 times. I integrate. I integrate. I integrate. Breathe and rest. We sit here now in a moment of silence, allowing the frequency and energy to integrate and resonate with our soul. Breathe and rest. Here now we envelop this transformative, resonant energy through our mind, body, and soul. Allow it to upgrade and assist your soul in transformation. Breathe and rest. We now seal in this integrated light by producing a sphere of light around our field. We breathe, we rest, we know we are this light. We raise our frequency, breathe, and repeat after me. I am love. I am love. I am love. And it is so, and so it is. Divine sovereign being of light. Breathe and rest. We now also confirm that we are the light. Breathe and repeat after me 3 times. I am light. I am light. I am light. Breathe and rest. We move forward now in our time and space. We carry this protective light surrounding us at all times, and that it is us. We take it throughout our day to day, protected, loved, energetically integrated, and at peace. Breathe and be this light that we wish to see in this world. Just remaining here in your sphere of light, your sphere of love, at peace. Enjoy this moment of silence. And then slowly beginning to return your focus to your space of meditation and into your body. And then once again, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth 3 times. Feeling at root chakra, your feet connected to the ground, grounded and connected to Mother Earth, yet still remaining connected through our crown chakra to Source, to the knowing of all, bringing everything into heart center. Taking one last deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And then when you feel you are ready and back in your body and space, you may open your eyes.